Hello, this is Jessica Lynn of JessicaLynnOriginal.com. Today we are going to go ahead and create a brand new card featuring our Brentwood Owl first set of 2018. It is Brentwood Pirate and his mermaid girlfriend. As you can see, we're going to be using the mermaid today. I have been promising for quite a long time that I was going to pull out my brother's scan and cut, so I finally did it today. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to create a cutout with the word thanks. I thought it'd be really cute, so I went ahead and the first thing I did was pick a font that I really liked. And then what I'm going to do is once I find one I like, this one looks good, I'm going to go ahead and actually print that off. Now when I print this off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it over to my brother's scan and cut. And I'm going to actually scan it, because what I want to do is make this thanks one of its silhouettes that it has on file. Like basically what it'll do is it will remember what you're cutting. So you can see I'm going to go ahead and get it all lined up here. And I'm going to hit scan. Oh, let me just get a little thing fixed here so you can see it better. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and hit scan. And when I scan it, what it's going to do is I'm going to scan it to a cut data file. I want it to actually remember what we're doing. Okay, so there it goes. It's going to scan it on up. I'm going to go ahead and frame the image so that it tightens up or crops, if you will, the image itself. And then what I'm going to do is decide how I want it to cut out, or how I want it to remember that shape. So I actually want it to cut out even anything on the inside, not just a solid silhouette. I'm going to save that to my brother's scan and cut, and it'll be saved as file number 3. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the pattern from the creation, because I want to get out of the creation process. So basically I'm going to go ahead and pretend this is a brand new, I'm going to stick a piece of cardstock on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and navigate to my file, and then I'm going to go ahead and have it scan and cut it out. This is my favorite part. Once it's done, you can actually see how beautiful the cut lines are. So I'm going to go ahead and just peel that cardstock right off, and you can see how beautiful my little cut is with my word thanks. Now again, this is not a die cut. This was just, I found a font, I made the words. Now I am going to save these so that I can use them for another card in the future. But for right now, what I want to do is I'm going to actually go ahead and grab some of my Tim Holt Distress ink, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp up the background, because I want to have a raised image where the word thanks actually is kind of off of that blue background. And when I'm stamping, I'm trying to make it just look like a little sky pattern. I went ahead and mounted that white cardstock above the Tim Holt ink, and you can see when I cut it out, look at how pretty that looks. There's some nice dimension in there. Now I went ahead and stamped the adorable Brentwood Owl dressed up as a mermaid onto a sheet of paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to again use my brother's scan and cut, and I love die cuts, but I think they're very costly. The Brothers Scan and Cut, you might say, well, that's very costly too, and it is. I'm not gonna lie, it is. It's, depending on where you find it, anywhere between $275 to $350. But what I like about the die cut is I'm not bound by only one stamp set. I can go in and you see I scanned the mermaid. It's going to read that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to again crop that down so it's a little closer. And then from here, what I can do is I can say, okay, cool. Find the outline, which is what it's doing now when it says it's recognizing. Once it finds the outline, I get to decide, do I want you to cut it right up against the black line? Do I want you, it reminds me of sewing. Do you want to add 1/4 of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch or a 1/16? What do you want to add? You actually will then go in and choose how much of a white border you want around the cut image. And what I love about that is it gives me the flexibility to decide, but what it also does is it cuts a perfect mirror outline image of that furthest dark line around a stamp. So go ahead and watch how this works. I think it's one of the best features for a Brother Scan and Cut. And what I think I like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love die cuts. But for particular stamp sets like the JessicaLynnOriginal line, I have a lot of stamps with a lot of lines, so now you're not stuck with one die cut for one stamp set. Alright, now that she is all done, let's go ahead and take a look at this. I'm just going to peel her right off of here. Look at the perfect lines right around her. They mirror the outline of the black stamp almost perfectly. So let's go ahead and get her all colored in. What I thought would be fun, see, I'm going to go ahead and stamp her right on there. What I thought would be a lot of fun was to go ahead and color her in, at least her shells and her tail, and then her little like starfish up in her hair. I thought it'd be a lot of fun to color those with glitter markers or glitter pens, just because then she'd have a real shiny look about her. Once I finished coloring her in, I really sort of felt like something was missing on this card. So I thought what would be fun would be to go ahead and pull out some old map paper that I found. And what I did is, because I had the word thanks already cut and actually saved into my Brother Scan and Cut, I was able to just grab another sheet of paper and say, hey, remember that word thanks that we did? Let's go ahead and pull that shape or that pattern out again, and let's cut it again. So let me show you what I did. Let me just peel this up here so you can see it. Now when I pull that up, watch. How cool is that? So it saved into its memory the old word thanks that I had done before, so I was able to cut it out again. So I think this is really going to step it up, because I think the white was just a little too plain for me. So now that I have the matte paper adhered above, and I used some foam risers to give it a little dimension, I went ahead and I'm going to get our mermaid all ready, and I'm going to add a couple foam risers to her as well, because I thought to have her kind of elevated above just kind of add something. And what I like is that she covers up the T just a little bit, but because she's on a riser, you can still read it and you can still see it. So there she is, all shiny and sitting on her word thanks. I love that it's got a little bit of a drop shadow in the word thanks. The glitter pens just make her sparkle. I absolutely love good pirate paper, whether it be maps or any of that. I love all of that. So I hope you enjoyed making this card with me today. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe. There's a red button below. Go ahead and click on that. It means a lot to me. If you're interested in this stamp set, it's going to be available in the next couple of days on JessicaLynnOriginal.com. I do thank you again. I am going to pop a little Brentwood up so you can go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And then I'm going to pop up 2 more videos. Thank you again and have a great day.